Yo, welcome back to another video, another random video. Well, today we're going to be going over a few things. And by the way, did you notice the quality is a bit weird because I got a light, an actual light, the ring lights, the ring lights you get like in the shops to take photos. Yeah, I got it right in front of me right here, like right next to me right here, like it's just right here. So the quality is looking a bit better now. But yeah. And it's going to continue to get better. I told you guys, it's going to continue to get better. And guess what? It got better. And I like it. I really like it. I really, really like it. So yeah. But yeah. I was just gonna react to some videos. Maybe call out Andreas again for a boxing match. I called him out last time, but we're gonna call him out again. Yeah, he hasn't said anything this past week, but yeah, I might make another video, like an actual high quality video this time, like talking about like him, because of his recent video talking about KSI versus Tommy Fury. That was like a week ago, but yeah, I might, but yeah, God, the quality's sick, ain't it? Tell me this is not sick quality. Tell me, it looks okay. This is sick quality, nice quality. You've never seen a quality like this. Like you've never ever seen it like this. Like simply, you just never. So be thankful, I shall say. Just be thankful, Yeah. But let's no. God, it's hot. I might take my hood down. Jesus Christ, I feel it's hot in there, in that hood. Whew. The UK is not known for having hot weather, but it's hot in this room. And it's cold outside. In August. It's August and it's cold. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Not joking, but not here. Yeah. My hair's a bit ugh today. I haven't washed it. Wait, I need to wash my hair. It's mad dry. But yeah, let's just get into it. Because you guys are getting a bit bored now. Yeah. So we're just gonna react to some vids. Wait, hold on. Bear with me. Oh.
Logan Paul has confronted Jake Paul to his face for not promoting the KSI Prime event.
That's ridiculous. I couldn't bring in a Prime bottle. DAZN, who, by the way, on the Misfits card, KSI's event, promoted the out of your fight against Nate Diaz. DAZN was not allowed to promote the Prime card. That's ridiculous. Whose ass was that? It was Nikisa's dude. He's Nikisa's on your team. He's not on Team Paul. He's on Team Jake. And we're a family. And he knows that. And so, yeah, bro, he doesn't get along with everyone either.
But why would I want to promote his event, if KSI's event?
Because I'm on it. I'm on the undercard.
Yeah, but they could promote you versus Dylan, but you guys weren't even announced yet.
But I'm on the card. We announced that.
Yeah, but this is the thing, is like like you understand why, but then like you just don't want to accept the reality.
No, the reality is
the tables were turned. They arguing, boys. They arguing.
Your fight against Nate Diaz.
Holy.
And you refused to promote KSI's fight.
Wait, but if they want to, if the zone is on, if Misfits is on the zone and they promote our event, that has like, okay, cool.
But our fight is on the zone too. And by the way, that's super fucking whack of the zone as well. It's not just you guys. I think it's lame that they yielded to whoever request that was.
No, because it's our event. We're in control of what goes on there. Of course.
I just think it's lame. And also,
I'm not gonna promote their event. What the fuck? Why would I do that? That's stupid.
Because they did it to you.
And because I don't know why the fuck they would do that either. Because they're not good at business. They don't have that out in their fucking contract clauses. Fucking idiots. That's their fucking problem. Stupid fucks. We're smart, diligent.
That
we
was
think
not
of fucking
funny.
everything that goes on.
If you were really smart, you'd know.
I don't know what it is. I just don't laugh that easily. Fam, I don't know. My quality's getting a bit shit now. I might need to put my thingy on just to make it a bit better now. Okay. Okay, now it's better, I think. still shit. It's not even, doesn't even matter. But yeah, yeah.
That we are all doing this. This isn't an or space, it's an and space. You don't have. We
Credit to Impulsive. I'll leave their full link in the description. What do you guys make of this situation? It is very interesting that Jake didn't decide to promote the Prime event, especially with Logan being on it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and make sure you guys subscribe for the fastest updates.
God, my fucking neck hurts from bending down. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Alright. Hold on. Just bear with me, right? Fuck. Oh shit, I just fell. Almost. Wait. Oh, by the way, something interesting happened. Logan Paul versus Dylan Dallas is announced for the Prime cards. I didn't even realize. Shit. Also, I wanted to talk about something, yeah? I want to talk about something. Because this is kind of pissing me off. Fuck. Wait, focus. Focus. I want to talk about something because ever since Jake Paul beat Nate Diaz, everyone's been saying, "Oh, this is Jake Paul's worst performance," and I just don't like that. And now I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, KSI would beat Jake Paul." Who has KSI fought? He fought Swarms, sucks. No power, sucks. Pineda, sucks. No power. At the time, these guys sucked. Obviously now it's different, but like they sucked. No power whatsoever. No threat to KSI whatsoever. Temper, same thing. No power. Weak chin. Terrible chin. At least Nate Diaz had a really good chin, and it was known for having a really good chin in the octagon, and obviously those are in 4-ounce gloves, so in bigger gloves it's going to be hard for Jake to knock out Nate Diaz. But yeah, tempo, weak chin, sucked. Joe Fournier, weak chin, sucked. I thought he was going to have a good chin. I thought Joe Fournier was going to have a good chin, but no, he had a weak chin. But yeah, so all of KSI's opponents had weak chins with literally no threat to KSI whatsoever. So obviously KSI was going to knock him out. But with Jake Paul, he fought actual competition. Besides, obviously, his earlier fights with Gib, Nate, Ben Askren, and you know what? I'm even going to say Tyron Woodley, but I'm talking about his last 3 fights: Anderson Silva, Tommy Fury, Nate Diaz. Actual tough tests that you know these guys showed like really good heart. They had good chins. They took Jake's punches well. It's not like Jake doesn't have power. Just the guys had really good chins that they were able to take Jake Paul's power. You know, Jake Paul hit Anderson Silva with some good shots, which he would have knocked out any other YouTuber probably. But Anderson Silva was still standing and kept going because he just has a really good chin. Even at his old age, he still has a good chin. At 47 years old, he's got a good chin. It's not that Jake Paul doesn't have power. It's just that his opponents had really good chins that Jake Paul couldn't knock him out. Especially Nate Diaz. Because Nate Diaz is known for fuck's sake. Nate Diaz is known for having a really good chin. He takes punches well. You can hit him with the nastiest fucking right hand, and he'll still be standing. You might knock him down, but he will not be out cold. I'll tell you that. You might knock him down, but he's getting straight back up. And like Jake Paul's last 3 opponents showed to have decent heart and a good chin and grit. That's facts. I'll repeat myself. Jake Paul's last opponents showed to have grit and heart and has decent chins, really good chins, especially Nate Diaz. But Anderson Silva had good chin, even at his old age. Took Jake's punches well. It's not like Jake Paul doesn't have power, just like Anderson Silva had a good chin. Even at 47 years, he had a good chin. Tommy Fury, same thing, had a good chin and was younger, was in his prime, had a good chin. That's why Jake didn't knock him out, because Tommy Fury had a good chin, decent chin. Got in my nose. Nate Diaz especially, known for having a really good chin. Everyone knows this, that Nate Diaz is known for having a good chin. So the fact that people expected Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz is crazy, because I didn't. I thought Jake Paul would win on points, but a lot of people were expecting Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz. It's like, really? Like, Nate Diaz has proven to have a good chin. He's never been knocked out his whole MMA career. Fuck's sake, I butchered my words. Let's repeat myself. Fuck, man. Why is it so hot in here, man? Jesus Christ, my balls are sweaty. Let's repeat myself. Nate Diaz has proven to have a good chin. Throughout his whole MMA career, he's never been knocked out. He's been knocked down, but he's never been knocked out. That's a fact. It's proven to have a good chin. Even in 4-ounce gloves, he never gets knocked out. So imagine in 10-ounce gloves, bigger gloves, Jake Paul trying to knock him out. It's just impossible. Literally, imagine in 10-ounce gloves, bigger gloves, Jake Paul trying to knock out Nate Diaz. It's impossible. It's really impossible. Like, Nate Diaz is proven to have a good chin. It's impossible to knock that man out. Unless if you're like a fucking heavyweight, like 300 pounds, maybe you might not. You probably would knock him out. But Jake Paul's not even that big. The weight difference wasn't even that big. What? Fuck. The weight difference wasn't even, for fuck's sake, the weight difference wasn't even that big. Nate Diaz is like, usually walks around at like 160, 170. That's not even that far off of Jake's weight. You know, it wasn't even that big. Nate Diaz is not, he even fights at like 170 to 180. Well, he doesn't fight at that weight, but like he's usually walks around like in public at 170, 180, but he cuts to like 155 for his fights. So yeah. And it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like people just like to discredit Jake Paul's fights. Like, it went from when he fought Anderson Silva, oh, you beat an old man. When he fought Tommy Fury, oh, you couldn't be a boxer. When he fought fucking Nate Diaz, it's like, oh, you couldn't knock out Nate Diaz, who is 40. It's like, it's pathetic. Anderson Silva, good chin. Tommy Fury, good chin. Nate Diaz, especially, good chin. The fact that people expected Jake Paul, like, if you generally expected Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz, you clearly don't know anything about the fight game. If you expected Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz, for fuck's sake, I can't speak. I'll repeat myself. If you generally expected Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz, you clearly don't know anything about the fight game. That's a fact. You clearly don't know anything about the fight game if you expected Jake Paul to knock out Nate Diaz. That's a fact. Because Nate Diaz has proven to have a good chin. So why are you expecting Jake to knock him out when Jake's been doing this for like 5 years? It's just pathetic. It's pathetic. Literally, I just don't get it. Honestly, oh my god, I have this heat. I'm gonna open the window. It's putting me off. Why is it so damn hot? I literally just put my hoodie on now. I'm boiling. Ah, fuck. So hot. Yeah, that's my rant over. Let's go analyze this. No, I'm not gonna analyze it. Wait, let me just show you. Round, which round? Round 6. Look at these 1-2s as well. Good, nice body shot. Can you watch? Can you see? Nice uppercut. Well, it missed, really, but did it miss? I don't know. Did it miss? No, it missed. He did look amazing, but like he still did look improved from the Tommy fight. He looked way better in this fight than the Tommy fight, because the Tommy fight he was just throwing like looping over hands, whereas in this fight he was actually throwing them straight. Like he was throwing his combinations straight. Like he was throwing his 1-2s combination straights. You know, he's throwing the right hand straight. Like he's throwing it straight. He's not like looping it like he was in the Tommy fight, and in other fights he's actually throwing it straight, like straight. Like he's throwing his left hooks and his right hand straight instead of just looping them like a KSI type shit or Deontay Wilder type shit. Literally. Like literally, he wasn't just doing this. He was actually throwing them straight. Literally, I don't get it. I really do get the criticism. It's not that bad. It's the performance. What I didn't like, I will criticize Jake. Him constantly just taking unnecessary punches. When Nate Diaz is like throwing all these slaps on you, you should be countering. You shouldn't just be taking them. You should be countering, because then you're letting him score points, which is low-key winning him the rounds, which I hated. So I feel like Jake Paul should definitely improve on Whenever someone's hitting him with like these, like when someone's hitting him with like a bunch of punches, he should counter midway and stop him from scoring any points. Because Jake just took them. He didn't like really counter that much. He was countering, definitely. He was definitely countering Nate a lot of times, but not that many times. Like, he was countering him like quite a lot of times, but not like that many times what he should have been. He should have been countering many times, but he wasn't doing it enough. So that's the one criticism I give Jake. Other than that, his combinations were better. You know, he was throwing his punches straight instead of just looping them like he was in the Tommy fight and in other fights. He wasn't flat-footed like Jake already said. I thought Jake Paul looked better. I thought Jake Paul's footwork was better in my opinion. His footwork was way better in this fight than it was in the Tommy fight and in Anderson Silva and in the other fights. I thought his footwork was better. You know, he was actually throwing punches. And Cheech already said he wasn't really planning his feet. I have to disagree. I thought Jake Paul looked better in this fight than in every other fight. This was Jake Paul's best performance in my opinion. In my opinion, this was the best Jake Paul's ever looked. In this fight with Nate Diaz, this was the best he ever looked. I'm so happy for him. I sound like a fanboy. I'm not. I just like seeing the villain win. I like seeing the underdog win. Because everyone, he's not an underdog, but it's just like everyone just hates on him and they don't give him enough credit. And that's why I always want to see him win, just so he can prove all these haters wrong. Because they always doubt him. They always say, you can never do this, you can never do that. All you can do is beat ultra-tight UFC fighters. One day he's going to fight a boxer and if he beats them, what can you say? Because you can't say he fought an old guy, because what if it's a young boxer? What if it's a boxer who's really good and he beats them? You can't discredit it. And people, I just feel like him beating a boxer, no matter who he beats at this point, he's not going to get credit. Even if he beats Tommy Fury in a rematch, he's still not going to get credit. People are still going to discredit it, find a way to discredit it. Literally, it's just, it's pathetic. It's generally pathetic. Honestly. I hate it. I generally just fucking hate it. Honestly. God. I need to trim. I haven't had trim in months. Bro. Legit. But yeah. But I need to get a haircut sooner or later. Definitely. What should I do now? I'm bored. I actually don't know what to do. I'm fucking bored. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do, bro. Don't know what to do, man. Let's go on YouTube again. Let's go to some Alex. Oh, let's go to Andre. Let's see what he's doing. Ooh, this is good. I might want to react to this.
So we are back, and as you guys know, on my channel, I have been falling in love with a series I've been calling The Debate. Call it Four Corners, call it Three People. Now we're shrinking it down to two. Mano e mano, 1v1, and I thought there's no better man to bring in to try to test my intellect, to try to go back and forth verbally in a squared circle of debate than my brother from the Breakdown channel. He is none other than FaZe Sensei. What's up, my man?
Ooh, so what is up? We're about to get this work, son. son. So, the debate is simple, FaZe Sensei. And we may not even disagree. I don't even know yet. We didn't talk about this before we came on camera. But the debate is simple. After you and I sat down and discussed Jake Paul's performance.
Quality is getting a bit shit, if I'm being honest. Quality is getting a bit shit, but just have to deal with it, I guess. Have to deal with it. Fuck am I even? I don't even know what the fuck I'm even saying, but yeah, I don't even know. But yeah.
The internet's been talking, my man. You've been talking. And all of a sudden, the question has now arisen once again. After that performance, does KSI have more of a shot? And potentially, does KSI beat Jake Paul? I'll let you start. me start off rip. Does KSI beat Jake Paul?
I don't know.
Or what are his chances?
Judging off that performance, does he now have more of a shot if you
Fucking
didn't
fly.
think so before, or did that performance from Jake lend you to think, okay, this is now more feasible? If you, like I said, if
Well,
you didn't think so before.
Right off rip, I would say less. I think JJ has less of a chance, but
You think JJ has less of a chance? It's interesting.
yes, because again, I was impressed by Jake's performance.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because he went 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Right. Nate is the one who pushed for those last 2 rounds.
True.
9 and 10. What fight was this for Jake?
It's number 8. As a pro, number 8.
So he's had 8 pro fights.
He's 7-1.
Okay. So to go into like 10 rounds against Nate Diaz again, we say Jake Paul, but
Low-key,
if KSI did this, or
hopefully when KSI and Jake Paul fight, I hope it's 10 rounds. That would be good. That would be sick if it was 10 rounds. That would be sick. But KSI, you know, his ego, he probably want it to be shorter, like 8 rounds, 6 rounds, because, you know, he's a pussy. He doesn't want to go 10 rounds. He doesn't feel confident enough to go 10 rounds. Not joking.
you know, any other influencer, we would, you know, be on a crazy hype train, right? So, just the things
The
that he was
quality's
doing
getting a bit
as
shit,
well,
if
the
I'm
way that
being
he
honest.
was
I'm
able
trying to look at my quality. It doesn't look
relocate
that great.
defensively, because when we saw Jake, a lot of it was just waiting for that overhand, You know, prior to this fight, we saw some things that just ducking and chucking a lot, waiting for opportunity, a lot of clinching, and just trying to box in spots and hopefully landing that one shot. That's typically what we've seen, and that's been working for him. But this time, we saw the inside work, the uppercuts on the inside.
True, Geordie. I don't know what you're talking about, because I thought Jake Paul looked better here because, you know, he was actually timing. He was actually timing his shots, throwing them straight. Unlike like ducking and chucking. He wasn't ducking and chucking in this fight. He's actually throwing his punches straight and landing some good combinations to Nate Diaz. Some really good combinations. This was Jake Paul's best technical performance yet. I repeat myself, this was Jake Paul's best. I'm spitting everywhere. This was Jake Paul's best technical performance. Yeah, it's a fact, because he boxed technically with straight punches and combinations and 1-2s. And his footwork was better. He wasn't really off balance that much. He wasn't really off balance that much. His defense was okay. I would say he should put his hands up a bit more, not just do this and try and protect both of his chins, like this chin and that chin. That side of the chin. And not just like do this. Like actually have like a bit of a guard and actually like, you know, do this at least. Like make sure his chins are like a bit protected. You know, like this is a good guard. This is a good guard to have. But yeah, I feel like he should, so I will say he should work on his guarding and not always having like his hands like down. There's points where he's just jumping with his hands down. I feel like he should work on that. But that's really my only really critique. And also, I forgot, throwing punches. Like when Nate Diaz was like hitting him constantly, Jake never countered. I hated that. So he should learn to counter more. He was countering definitely in this fight, but not that much. He was countering, but it was not really that much. Like he definitely was countering, but he barely countered that much. But I this was Jake Paul's best performance in my opinion. I don't know why so many people. I don't know, for fuck's sake. I don't know why so many people are saying it's his worst. Because factually, this is his best. Because if you actually are an expert at boxing, you'd see that and look at it, and you'd be like, yeah, this is his best performance. I just fucked up my words. Spitting everywhere.
Relocating, not getting cut off by Nate in the ring. Then the volume. Dude, he freaking outworked Nate Diaz. Right? A guy that's only, 38, but still. A guy who's done it so many times. And when Jake got into, Nate did good in the rounds that we thought that Jake was going to get tired. Right? So how does he he faced that kind of adversity?
So you're saying
I
the
know
boxes that Jake ticked.
Yeah.
Cardio, check. Through adversity, through the points where he would be weak, how would he fare? Check. Out-volumed, what we would assume was going to be, and maybe wasn't, a volume puncher. Check.
Right.
10 rounds.
And
check.
he fought smart, man. There was times I remember in the first, second round, even when he hurt Nate, he started to be more efficient. He was extremely efficient too with his energy, and we know that JJ tends not to be efficient, right? And that's worked for him because he just goes out there and just swings for the freaking fences.
Right.
So, I mean, JJ hasn't had a test like that. He's about to. So I could be feeling a lot different, after the Tommy Fury fight.
We'll revisit this after Tommy,
right?
For sure. Part 2 coming.
But with that being said, I gives us a slight edge, a more of an edge to Jake, but I thought it was really close to begin with. So
that's what I was going to ask you.
That's also different. It wasn't lopsided for me.
Okay.
To begin with, so this gives Jake a bit more edge for me, but I still got a lot of faith in JJ to do this.
When you say that it gives you more faith, what is the big takeaway? Like you said, there were some things that Jake improved on. What's the big takeaway? The one thing you went, okay, that is something I didn't see from Jake before.
The volume. You remember during the Tommy Fury fight,
right?
The volume was way better in this fight, especially the first rounds where he was all over Nate. Nate barely landed my nose, fuck. Yeah, but Nate barely landed, and this is why I say this is Jake Paul's best technical performance. Yeah, like this factually it has to be. It has to be. It's technically his best performance yet. Like, I have to say it. I really, really have to say it.
He was always just looking to land that punch.
Yeah.
Instead of punching to do other things.
I don't know why True Johnny thought that was his best performance. I thought this was his best performance. He's only looking at the fourth round. You should be looking at any other rounds.
Yeah. Like punching to relocate and get different angles.
The first round, the fifth, the first round, the third round, the fifth round, the sixth round, the seventh round, the ninth round, the 10th round, which is the rounds I think Jake won. Well, I'd give 7 to Nate. So I had Jake winning 6 and I had Nate winning 4, in my opinion. But yeah.
He wasn't always punching his hardest, not throwing power punches all the time. He's punching on the break, punching in space, off his back foot, not just looking for the power shots at all times.
Yeah.
So, and not clinching a lot either. He wasn't even engaging in the clinch, which was something that he only did a few times.
Late in the fight, he got more into the clinch, and it was,
right, which was smart. He was efficient with it. It wasn't like I'm in danger, or I threw my. What did we see before? What I've been talking about Jake for a while. He'll throw his punches and try to exit. He either exits and gets out of there, or he would just clinch. Right, that's his other way out of there. But not this time. Continue to box. His defense looked good too. He's using a little Philly shell in there against the southpaw. Riding with the punches, countering at times, working the inside stuff, the inside game, working to the body. Again, being smart with his shot selection. I thought his shot selection was fantastic in comparison to what he's done in the past. I was just impressed with this. He didn't just clinch an ugly fight and then just miss, and then land the big one late. That's usually what we get from Jake. It wasn't that. He landed early. He didn't freaking gas out, and then fought a nearly perfect fight to the end.
This is what, obviously you thought Jake had a better performance. This is what KSI had to say about Jake's performance, which obviously it's KSI, so he's going to, have a little bit of bias, but let's take a listen.
Yeah.
I feel like he's regressed, if anything. I don't think he did very well against an opponent that hardly jabbed. I think I look watching the fight. I was like, Nate isn't jabbing at all. He's not setting anything up. Jake wasn't setting anything up. He was just surviving the 10 rounds. It was low output, low.
His technique, throwing straight punches, not looping them like you do, KSI and Deontay Wilder. Throwing straight punches, great combinations, uppercuts, body shots, great footwork. Not amazing, but decent footwork, I'd say. It was outboxing Nate pretty much the whole fight and knocked him down, which people rarely, barely anyone's knocked him down. A few people have knocked him down, but barely anyone. And Jake Paul was one of them. That's crazy.
Just low IQ. There wasn't. Yeah, I don't really understand what Jake was trying to do. I think he tried going ham in first round, realized he didn't want to gas out because he had 9 more rounds, and then just decided to go at this really slow pace.
He basically said he said kind of the opposite of what you said. Funny enough, he said that he thought Jake had regressed and that he was not
He
impressed.
didn't
with his shot
regress,
selection.
bro. This is pissing me off. Jake Paul did not regress. If anything, he got better because he, again, I have to repeat myself, he was throwing straight punches with some good combinations, great body shots, great uppercuts, amazing uppercuts. They were like, you can tell when he landed them, they were like this, like they were making Nate's head fucking bounce like upwards, like Jesus. And yeah, the uppercuts were really good, and the combinations, and his left hook. Oh, that shit was. You can tell Jake Paul's definitely worked on his left hook. That left hook is dangerous now. His left hook is becoming more dangerous than his right hand, because we haven't really seen Jake do anything crazy with his right hand in like nearly 2 years since he knocked out Tyron Woodley. But yeah.
That Nate was just a walking target. That yeah, Jake took some shots off Nate, but the only reason Jake was able to take them was because they weren't powerful. And he watched Jake slow the fight down because, in KSI's words, he was probably afraid he was going to gas in the later rounds. So after the first, he started to fight at a slower pace.
I mean, but that was efficient because he knows who he's fighting.
Right.
In my opinion, because you're fighting Nate Diaz, dude. This isn't a wrestler.
And by the way, I agree with your assessment of Jake's shot selection. I thought he did really well with his shot selection.
Yeah.
I was a little. God, my voice is going again. To counter some of the stuff you said, I was a little concerned about the one shot stuff that Jake fell into once again, kind of that we saw with Tommy Fury. Especially he fell in love with the lead hook because he landed it big in the first round and in the fifth.
Right.
Fell in love with it. He would fall in behind it. Fair play.
Yeah,
He was falling
the
into
nice-
clinch where he was
Nice.
saving some
Fuck,
energy.
I can't even do it
and
on
then the
here.
shoulder bumps, he would get out
Need
and go
space.
again. I like that.
Fuck.
But I didn't see enough jabbing. I wanted to see a bit more on his jab until later rounds, and then he all of a sudden it came out. I was like,
He
okay,
couldn't see anything.
this is what I wanted to see
Could
early.
not see shit.
I felt when he had Nate hurt in round 1, and even in 5, I felt he swarmed him, but I felt it wasn't an intelligent, like we'd seen Jake before swarming, where he was framed with that jab. Like he was getting rid of the clinch and doing a great job with that, like you'd seen him before, where Nate was like trying to clinch. Nope, get off me. But it wasn't that intelligent jab that I wanted to see. Then that straight
Yeah,
right
I will
hand,
say his
staying
jab
on balance,
wasn't
not
really that.
following
He
in
didn't really
behind
throw
it. I
enough
think that's
jabs,
one of
but
the
he
things
did throw
Jake's really
jabs,
gonna
and
have to work on.
they were pretty decent.
Maybe
They're pretty good.
I don't even know if it's for KSI.
He wasn't
just
slapping
for
them. He was
Tommy
throwing them
Fury rematch,
straight,
whatever he
and
wants
they
to
were
do to ascend to that
they were
next level.
affecting Nate some
gonna have to
a
be
little
his
bit.
feet. He's got decent enough feet work, like you were talking about, to be able to circle out, to punch, to then go to range and out, not staying stagnant like he was in the Tommy Fury fight, waiting to pull counter. But setting his feet and throwing is still something I'm waiting to see Jake do, where he's not overthrowing and that right foot's kind of Conor McGregor or MLB pitcher-esque kind of floating off the ground. Yeah, dragging it. I want to see more of that because I think that's where he's able to follow up and be more accurate and be.
Yeah, I thought his footwork was a bit at times, but other than that, there was points where his footwork was actually pretty good. You know, he was actually circling away. Like, yes, there was points where his footwork was bad, but I thought at times his footwork was bad, but at times his footwork was really good. You know, he was actually throwing punches, and his footwork, you know, he was moving a lot. Like, that's what I liked. And even the commentators said it. I can't remember what they said, but they said that Jake's footwork was like, you know, great because he was like, he threw a punch and then was able to throw like another punch and then move out the way to like to another stance or something. I can't remember what he did. I don't know what round that was, but I can't exactly remember the for fuck's sake. I can't exactly remember the shot that he hit Nate, where the commentators were like, great footwork, because I can't remember which round it was or when he did it, but yeah.
Still on balance for the combinations coming forward, right?
Yeah, because he does lean a lot.
Leans into the shots, leans in behind the right hand, still
Right.
working around the guard with the right hand, still kind of falling in love with that overhand shot. When I think he's just like any other power puncher, Deontay Wilder. I'm not comparing the two, but when you still have that one hitter quitter, and this is the same for JJ, I love it down the middle. I love it, even if that guard is there.
Right.
Make him break the guard and make that guard tighter, then come around. But if you're just slapping it around, most of the time, we see it with JJ, we see it with Jake, it's going over the head, and you're essentially clubbing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense.
If I'm on the other side of the debate here, if I'm on the other side of the conversation, the big thing that's come out with this fight, there's a very polarized thing here. You either thought he's regressed or the fight's gotten closer for Jake and KSI, or like you said, it maybe has gotten.
But I just feel like
distance himself a little bit more.
But I just feel like people are just so critical. I don't know why, but I just feel like people are just too critical. And the performance really wasn't that bad. Honestly, it really was not that bad. In my eyes, as well.
Taking on new challenges, being able to be in front of the lights 10 rounds, dealing with the pressure, the pace.
My stomach hurts.
Having to go through the fire, weather the storm, still knocking Nate down, outboxing him, like all the things he did, right?
Yeah, I just want to say, I think the part of that is because of the way people view, the casual fan views Nate Diaz.
It's a big part of it.
And what they expected him to be.
It's a big part of it. And we tried to tell
look
people.
At the way he hits. Look at the way he hits mids. Look at the way I'm like, dude, you guys don't understand. And even the way he looks, it seems as though Jake should have done more because he doesn't look the part when he's out there. But dude, trying to get that guy out of there and trying to do those things against a guy who's a really smart fighter and knows what he's doing, way easier said than done, and it's way harder than it looks because it seems like, come on, look at Nate Diaz, dude, he's just
stumbling all over, slapping.
Look at those punches, like you don't know what it's like.
No.
Like look at Stephen Thompson always has his hands down, just hit him in the head. Yeah, bro. Stand in front of him and try to hit him in the head. Try to, yeah. Go ahead. It's one of those things.
Yeah. That's something that these. There's something that these, for fuck's sake, there's something that these casuals just don't understand. These casuals are so brain dead. They don't understand anything about. Fuck's sake, I can't speak. These casuals are so uneducated. They don't know anything about boxing. These casuals are so uneducated that they don't know anything about boxing. They just assume things. Like they just expect Jake Paul to do certain things when it's not as easy as it looks. Jake Paul knocking out Nate Diaz isn't going to be that easy, obviously, because Nate Diaz has never been knocked out. So obviously Jake was never going to knock him out. He knocked him down, and he's never really been knocked down. So the fact that Jake Paul was able to knock him down and was one of them to knock him down is pretty impressive, and you should give credit to that. And yeah, I feel like people just don't give Jake Paul enough credit for this fight and in his fights in general. I just feel like it just irks me. It really just irks me how people just downgrade. They just discredit his fights. Almost every fight he's had, they've just been discrediting. Constantly, just discrediting. It's just pisses me off. I just don't like it. Like, him not knocking out Nate Diaz, there's a reason. Like, literally, legit, I repeat myself. Him not knocking out Nate Diaz, there's a reason. Because Nate Diaz is proven to have a good chin. How many times do I have to say this? How many times do I have to say this? I feel my lips are fucking dry as hell. How many times do I have to say this? Nate Diaz has got a good chin. Never been knocked out. Jake Paul, a YouTuber, is supposed to knock out Nate Diaz? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Nate Diaz, tough motherfucker, great chin, great heart, does not go down that easily at all. So it's understandable why Jake Paul doesn't knock him out. But people have that expectation that he should. Because he's old. It doesn't matter. He's still got a good chin. He's still sort of in his prime. But yeah, I just don't get it. I just really don't get the criticism of Jake Paul. I just really don't, for fuck's sake. I just really don't get the criticism of Jake Paul.
And you kind of hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, the way Nate fights is very unorthodox. And to be fair, you do have to critique some of the things Nate does. Like, he's not an efficient boxer at all. He's not. Like the
Right,
things that he
right.
does, and he can get away with it because he's got a crazy gas tank. But he also just walks into range. He just walks
Yeah,
in.
not even just walks. He
Running.
falls into range.
Yeah, sprinting.
Just falls in.
Like the high
Which
guard was
also
not going to
just
do it.
shows he high guards in the way he can take punches. Like the dude is not just tough; he's very effective at taking punches. Like it's
I'm a do something real quick. Andreas Lafrazia 2.0. I'm calling you out for a boxing match. Yep. Andreas Lafrazia 2.0. I'm calling you out for a boxing match. And that's gonna happen. I promise you it's gonna happen someday. Someday it's going to happen. I promise you that. It's happening. It's happening. And once I fight you, I am beat. Bro, if I ever fought Andreas Lafrazia 2.0, I am beating the fucking brakes out of him. He's so little. He's like nearly my weight. Like we're basically kind of the same. He's bigger than me. I'm like not even 100 pounds, but I'm close to his weight, kinda. We could still fight. I still would knock him out. I still would beat the fucking shit out of him. I've shown to have decent. Like you guys haven't seen my skill. Honestly, you guys have not seen my skill. I think my skill is good enough to compete with at least guys like Strawmity or Bryce Hall. I think I beat them. Nah, yeah, I definitely beat them. They're big. They're way bigger than me, but I could still gain a lot of weight and fight them. Legit, I could still gain a lot of weight and fight those two and beat the fuck out of them. But yeah, but Andreas, I'm calling out to box. One day we're gonna box. I'm gonna beat the fucking brakes out of you. I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you. My technique and skill would fuck you up. Legit, my technique and skill would just fuck you up, boy. Fuck you up. Those constant body shots. Now, if I was if I called out someone like fucking Waleed Sharks, that would be stupid of me because for fuck's sake. Fuck's sake, I'm getting pissed off. Like, look, folks. Like, if I was to call out someone like Waleed Sharks, that would just be stupid of me because, you know, Waleed Sharks is an actual real amateur boxer with many amateur fights, so that'd just be stupid of me. But yeah, so if I was to fight someone like Waleed Sharks, I'd be very intimidated. But like someone like Andreas, come on, bro. Fucking hell, I can't speak today. I'm getting fucking pissed off. I've got fucking dry ass lips. But again, if I was to call out someone like Waleed Sharks, that's stupid of me because he's actually experienced in amateur career and he's got like many amateur fights. He almost beat Dean the Great. Dean the Great would beat the fucking shit out of me because he's way bigger than me. He weighs more and he's way more skilled. Even though I think I'm very skilled, he obviously would just beat the fucking shit out of me. Dean the Great just beat the shit out of me. Fuck's sake. I'm getting fucking pissed off. I can't fucking speak. It's really fucking annoying. We're gonna start again! So obviously I would never fight someone like Waleed Sharks because Waleed Sharks is actually experienced amateur with many amateur fights. He almost beat Dean the Great for fucking sake. He's arguably the best YouTuber influencer boxer out there. No, he's actually. I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough to become like an actual professional boxer. I think he's good enough to actually become a professional boxer. I think he is. And he's good enough to become an actual professional boxer. I fucking can't speak today. I'm being fucking pissed off. I'm spitting everywhere. This has been a bit of an stream video. I meant video. Sorry guys, I generally am struggling right now. I'm getting fucking pissed off. But yeah, obviously, you know, so I want to fight Andreas and I know I could beat the shit I want to fight Andreas because I know I could beat the shit out of him. I know I've got the skills to beat the shit out of him. There's constant body shots. Not, again, if I was to call out someone like Waleed Sharks, like, the thing is with me, I'm not trying to hype myself up. Okay, I'm not trying to hype myself up. You know, I'm not trying to go and call out the big dogs like FaZe Jarvis, Taylor Holder, Jake Paul, KSI, Logan Paul, Gibb, fucking Salt Pappy Slim. I'm not trying to go fight those guys. I'm not trying to fight those guys. I would never want to fight those guys because they fuck me up easily in a second. I mean, they're way bigger than me. They just easily fuck me up easily. It's like, I want to fight Andres because he's never boxed before. I've never boxed before. I've never touched the gloves in my life. But however, I have done a lot of shadow boxing. I've shadow boxed. Boo, 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 boo. That's a fact. I've shadow boxed. Yes, shadow boxing is not really like, yeah, but like, I still know I've got the skills to fuck this guy up and kill him in the ring, and I would not be intimidated at all. But I gotta obviously prove it in the ring. You know, I know I've got the skills to fuck this guy up. But I know I do. I got the skills to fuck this guy up, but yeah. Fuck. But yeah. But I just feel like, yeah. I just feel like I got this. I've just, for fuck's sake. I just feel like I got the skills and the tools, like in my toolbox, to fuck Andres up. And I know in a million years, I would fuck Andres up. If I ever fought Andres Lafrazia 2.0, I'd fuck him up so bad, I'd actually put him in the hospital. I genuinely believe it. I genuinely would fuck him up so bad that I'd put him in the hospital. That's what I want to find. I ain't trying to call out someone like fucking Face Jarvis, Dean the Great, Willie Sharks, because they'll beat the fucking shit out of me. Because they've got more experience than me. They're bigger than me. So I'm gonna calm my ego. I'm not gonna try and go for the big dogs yet. I'm gonna slowly work my way up. After Andres, I might go fight someone like NNA Productions, beat the shit out of him, go fight someone like NNA Productions, fight someone like Stormady, Bryce Hall, work my way up, and then I'll fight the big dogs. So I'm gonna fight Andres Lafrazia 2.0. Then after that, I might fight someone like Alex Maldo, because I know he wants to box so bad. He hasn't boxed before. He hasn't been in the ring before. So I know that's a good fight for me. Then I'm gonna go fight someone like fucking... After that, I might fight someone like NNA Productions, the admin kids that NNA Productions fought. Fucking Slim's last opponent. No, definitely not. But just fight someone who's not like a journeyman. I'll just fight a journeyman, and then I'll beat the fucking shit out of him in a few rounds. Yeah. I'm generally struggling to speak right now. I think I'm gonna end it here. So I hope you enjoy. For fuck's sake. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.